So I watched Fruits Basket, and this is what I thought. So for my watch list, I picked watch an anime, and immediately the first thing I thought of was Fruits Basket. I had seen that this was on Hulu for a while, so I had added it, and I had wanted to rewatch it again because I started it when I was younger and I never finished it. So I was like, okay, here's a chance for me to finish and watch the show. Because I remember I kind of did enjoy it, but I don't know why I didn't finish it. I enjoyed watching this show so much. I didn't really remember too much about it, so I think that was good. It was kind of like I was watching it for the first time all over again, and I really did enjoy watching this show. I don't really watch anime, so I'm trying to get into it and like try a different genre, and I think this was a great show for me to start off getting into the anime genre. It was a really funny, really cute show. It was just so good. I really, really liked it. I found myself laughing out loud, and I feel like that's something I don't really do at a whole lot of shows when I like laugh out loud. This show had me doing that, and just doing that, I could tell that I really did enjoy it. So when I did go to see it, I didn't realize there had been like another adaptation or another version of this, like a newer version. So that is the one I did watch this time. I didn't watch the original, I watched this newer version. So I'm not sure how much it is the same or how much it differs from the original one that was made of this series. But I decided to do the one that was in 2019 that was kind of remade and I guess rebooted for this show. And I really enjoyed that one. So that's my recommendation. That's the one I'm reviewing currently, because I know they did have two different versions on Hulu. There was the older version, there's this newer version for 2019, and I did watch the newer version. So I don't really know about the other one. If you had watched that, let me know in the comments how much you liked it. If you didn't like it, how does it compare to this newer one of 2019? And another thing I didn't know before or now until recently was that this was an anime adaptation of a manga. Recently, when I was about to watch this, I was in Barnes & Noble and I saw that there was a manga for this, and I was like, what? And my friend was like, yeah, this is a manga. You didn't know that? I was like, no idea this is a manga. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to read all of them now because I watched this show and I loved it, so now I want to read all of them. But I don't think I'm gonna read them until the show's completely finished because I kind of don't want to know what happens yet. I kind of want to watch it. I think it's a good watch. I think if you're interested in anime, this is a good one to watch. This one's basically like comedy and it has some romance in it too. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, so definitely check it out. There are some moments of physical abuse and emotional abuse to a lot of these characters. So if that's something that kind of triggers you, maybe this is something you should pass on. Other than that, overall, this is a really, really great show. It has things that all the characters have to overcome. I'm just giving a general synopsis now, and I will definitely get into spoilers very soon. But once that point comes, I will let you guys know, and then you can click off and click back and let me know what you thought about it. It's a really cute anime, it's romance and mostly comedy as well to check out. And of course, family drama is up in here as well. Okay, so this show is basically, let's give a generalization so you guys kind of know what the show's about. We follow the girl named Toruhanda and the Soma clan. We see Toruhanda, she is kind of on her own. She originally was living with her grandfather, and then I guess the house needed some renovations to be done where he was going to stay. They wouldn't have enough room for both of them. So he was like, oh, you can stay with one of your friends if you feel more comfortable like that. I don't want, to feel squished in this where I'm going. So she's like, yeah, I'll stay with my friends, that's fine. In reality, she didn't want to burden her friends. So she was actually kind of homeless at this point, at the beginning of the show. She was living in a tent by herself in this forest, like in this land that no one really claimed, like no one was around. She's like living by herself, and her friends don't know, her grandfather doesn't know, no one really knows that she's doing this, but she's just like, she doesn't want to be a burden to anyone, and she's just trying to take care of herself. So two of the Soma clan members, which Yuki and Shigure, they were walking, and then they see Toru is walking by herself in a direction. They're like, there's nothing over there, why is she walking over there? They follow her, and then they see that she's living in a tent. Yuki's like, oh, I know her, she goes to my school. So they decide to let her stay with them so she has a place to live. And they tell her, like, you can stay here as long as you want, stay here until you finish school if you want, and so until you want to move on and be on your own. So they offer her a place to live, which is very, very nice. So while she's living there, she finds out that there is a secret that the Soma clan is living with, and that is whenever they are in contact or embraced by someone from the opposite sex, they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. Now that she's living with them, she has to keep their secret, and since it's only her and there's like 3 other men in the house, she has to be like careful and not to like touch them or anything, because they will turn into their animal, the Chinese zodiac. So that's the synopsis and generalization of the show for you. But now I'm going to go into more of the show, spoilers, kind of what I thought, kind of what went down in the season, and how I feel overall about the show. You already know that I liked it, but like I'll give my rating a little bit later and kind of go more in depth of different things that happened and what I enjoyed on the show. Toru is now living with these guys, so she ends up living with Kyo, Yuki, and Shigure. Shigure is kind of like their guardian. He's like the older guy of Kyo and Yuki, so he's kind of like their guardian. And then Kyo and Yuki are Toru's age, they go to the school with her. So while she's at their house living with them and also going to school, she starts to learn more and more about the Soma family. She learns they turn into the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So there's only a certain number, not the whole clan does this, but there's only a certain number of people within the Soma clan that do turn into animals. But yeah, so she's living with these guys and Kyo and Yuki, and you kind of there's kind of like a little love triangle going on, because they both care for her, have feelings, want to protect her and everything, Kyo and Yuki, and you're kind of there deciding like who should she go with, who do you want her to be with. I had a personal favorite of who I wanted her to be with, and then I thought she wasn't going to end up with this person, and I was like, why? Okay, let me just say, so it's her, Kyo and Yuki. I think Yuki's very nice. I think he's a great guy, very sweet, but I was like, I don't know. When I compared her relationship with him to her relationship with Kyo in the beginning, I was like, I want her to be with Kyo. One, because I thought originally he was the guy with the hat that like helped her, and then I found out that wasn't. But it was like she brought out the best in him. She helped him in ways that no one else could. So that was like, I felt like that was a very special bond they had. And when she saw him in his true form, and how they like were there, she was there for him even though she was scared, and how she like kind of calmed him down and like showed him like someone can love you and not be scared of who you are and things like that. And that was really and when I just saw how they interact, how their relationship was, and how she helped him, I was like, okay, she has to go with Kyo. That's why I really, really liked her as Kyo. But throughout the season, I really thought she was going to be with Yuki, because of like, I don't know, I felt like he was definitely more kind of like nicer towards her, and I felt like even though he was shy, I felt like towards her he showed more of his feelings and how he felt about her. But the thing with Kyo and Yuki, they are like enemies. So in the beginning of the first season, you hear a story told to Toru Honda about the animals of the Chinese zodiac, and how the cat, which is Kyo, is not technically an animal of the zodiac. And there's a story that the rat told the cat the wrong day of or an event, and so the cat missed the event. The rat tricked the cat. So all these animals are part of the zodiac, but the cat was never part because he missed this certain event. And so because of that, the cat, whoever is the cat, is kind of ostracized from the other members. So he is a zodiac, and I feel like the cat is just given the worst of it. So he's turned into an animal. He's part of the zodiac, and he's kind of not invited to all the main events that the other clan members that are in the zodiac are. So that was something that was kind of sad. So because Yuki is the rat and Kyo is the cat, Kyo kind of hates Yuki, and they have this feud throughout the seasons. They don't really like each other because of that, because of the legend, because of what happened in this story, that the rat tricked the cat and he can't really be part of the clan, or can't truly be a part of it because of this. So that was something that was sad. I was like, oh, and you see they kind of envy each other throughout the show. They hate each other, but there's certain qualities in each one that they envy about the other person, and they don't tell each other that. They don't know this about each other, but if they just sat and talked, they would probably be friends. Ever since they were kids, they kind of just had this whole dispute, and that's what happened. Throughout the season, she does end up meeting everyone who does turn into a Chinese zodiac. All the people that have it, they do believe that this is a curse for them, because it's something they can't control. It's something they don't want. They want to be able to hug people and embrace people that are the opposite sex without turning into an animal. They don't want to have to hide themselves or try to distance themselves from other people, because that's what they've had to do to protect their secret. And so Toru is allowed to know their secret and it's kind of like another friend for them, someone else they can confide in and trust in. With Toru's personality, she's very, very, very selfless. She cares about others, and she tries to help others and help other people see the best in themselves. She does all that she can to put everyone else before herself. So I think she's the perfect person to help this clan, help these people, because every time she meets one of them, they all have something within them that they're struggling with. And she meets them, she's like, you're special in your own way, kind of just gives them advice, talks to them, and and is kind to them. And that's really what they need, because these people, they have a leader, and their leader is not nice, has always been verbally abusive and even physically abusive to them. And they've kind of grown up thinking that they weren't really worth it, or having hurtful things said to them, having hurtful things done to them, and growing up and thinking that, and they've all had this toxicity in this group, and they kind of start to believe it once you hear it so many times. But then Toru comes in, an outsider, and they've been told all these lies about other people who are not in their clan. If they find out their secret, or they find out the true thing about them and how disgusted they'll be, they're not, different lies. And Toru comes in and kind of breaks that mold, breaks those lies apart, and loves each of them and cares for each of them just the way they are. And it's and she's not scared of them, and she's not running away. She's there for them. She considers all of them friends. And so I think that's really, 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 really cool, and something they really needed. That's why she's there. This is what her character is meant to do, to help them and honestly guide them in a way to where they all can break free from this curse. She's given them so much encouragement, so much power and self-love, that I think if she keeps doing it, continues, they can break this curse. Or one character that really, really does confuse me is Shigure. Because in the beginning, when we see him, he's kind of like the guardian, but sometimes he can be like the creepy older guardian towards Toru. He's an interesting character. But then there's points in this story where he's plotting and manipulating, kind of. He's manipulating the leader. He kind of has a plan, or he's not spilling all his secrets, not showing all his cards in his hand. I think that's the best way to put it. He's not showing all his cards in his hand. He's hiding something, and he wants something to happen, and I don't really know what. He does seem like he's a good guy. He really cares for Toru, but there's something else going on. He's not telling everyone. And I'm trying is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? But I'm he kind of seems not 100% good, because he's holding secrets and everything. So kind of in the second season, we see that Toru really, really wants to break this curse for everyone, because she's met everyone in this clan. She loves them, loves who they are, and she sees how they're suffering because they are connected to the leader. But their leader, they're connected to them or drawn to their leader in some way, shape, or form, that they can't just leave or break away. So they do call it a curse, because they're kind of forced to listen to these harsh remarks that have been given to them all their lives. And so Toru's she doesn't like how they're being treated, how burdened they feel, so she wants to try to find a way to break the curse so they can break away. And so throughout the second season, she's kind of I have to do it now, I have to do it before it's too late, because there's certain things that will happen. Kyo, once he's done school, I believe he has to be locked up because he's a cat, and his true form is kind of like a monster, and you can't control them. And so they really think that he's dangerous, and so they're going to lock him up after a certain point. And so I think Toru's I think that's one of the main reasons she's trying to do it before the certain deadline, so that doesn't happen. And also, I believe when most of them do graduate from school, they have to go back to the Soma clan in their estate where they live. So currently there are only 2 seasons on Hulu, and I assumed that after the 2 seasons that it was it, because I thought it would just end a nice 2 seasons and everything would be complete and done. I was wrong, because when I saw that final episode, I was hold up. What just happened? Yeah, kind of leaves you on a little cliffhanger at the end of season 2, just to warn you. There's going to be season 3, and I don't know when it's going to be on Hulu. I hope very, very soon, because I can't wait. It's really upsetting when you think that you're going to finish a whole series, and then you find out there's another season coming out, and you got to wait. So I binged the first 2 seasons. Now I have to wait till the other season comes on Hulu and then finish it up. But yeah, the 3rd season will be the final season, and so I'm really excited to see how it ends. But yeah, that ending though. Okay, so if y'all don't want to hear about the ending, click off, but I'm about to talk about the ending. So, Toru meets one of the final Soma family clan that turns into the Chinese Zodiac. He tells her that he has broken the curse. So he hugs her, and he doesn't turn into an animal. And she realizes he's telling the truth. He broken the curse, and she asks him how did he even do it? And he was like, he felt it break, and he doesn't really know how he did it, but it broke. So there is a way to break the curse. So yeah, that was something I was like, what? Crazy. I didn't really see that coming right away, and I was like, I need to know what happens next, because they ended it like that. But yeah, after the first 2 seasons, I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions about what season 3 is going to be about, and how, is everything going to be resolved and ended. Okay, so I already mentioned my first question about Shigure. What part does he play in this? What's his deal? What's his angle? What is he trying to do? That's, one question. I'm very confused on his character and, what he's trying to do with this whole situation. Another question. Toru's parents. First, her dad. I feel like there's something else going on there. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm looking too much into things, but I do think there's something else going on there, because they never really show his face, and all this really mentioned that he died from a sickness. I think he got sick, and then he died from that. So that's all we really know. What her mother had told her about her father, but I feel like there's something else, and I would love to know more about her father, because we learn a lot about her mother and her mother's past and everything, but we don't know too much about her father. Another question. Her mother. So her mother died in an accident, and I want to know. I feel like there's something more to her mother's accident. She, I think Toru just thinks it's an accident, but I think for how her mother died, there's more to it. So I'd like to know more about the story, how that came to be, what happened, was there some foul play involved? My third question, will the curse really be broken? I'm hoping that season 3 will have a happy ending, and then that they can break from the curse and everything will be a-okay. So I'm really hoping for that in season 3. Okay, yeah, so those are my questions for the show. Hopefully I can get them all answered in season 3. But overall, like I said in the beginning, I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed watching it. It was really funny. If you watch it, you're gonna get this drama. You're gonna get the comedy. You're gonna get a little bit of romance. But overall, it's a great anime to watch. I am giving this 4 stars. Yes, 4 stars. I really, really liked it. I could definitely see myself going back and rewatching this over again, because to me, it's just great. I really enjoyed it. Let me know if you have seen it. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you watch the original one and like that one better? I was doing a little bit of research and reading why. I assumed they started and then a huge gap, and then a season 2 in 2019. But from what I read, it looked like it was rebooted. So there's an older version and a second one, and it's based off a manga series. So if you like this, you should go check that out. I haven't read it. I do plan on eventually reading it, because I would love to read that after watching this show. But yeah, that's what I thought of Fruits Basket. 4-star watch for me. I really, really liked it. I was surprised how much I did enjoy it, even after kind of starting it. There are some parts Shigure just being a really creepy guy. High school girls. Toru, you should wear the things. Just the weird, creepy stuff he would say. I didn't love. Other than that, thought it was a great show. As I said, there are 2 seasons of this show on Hulu, so definitely go check it out. 3rd season is not on Hulu yet, but hopefully it will be very soon, so we can all catch up and watch the final season. Let me know what you thought. Liked it, hated it, loved it. How does it compare? Oh, and also, how does it compare to the manga series? If anyone saw that, does it follow? Don't give too much away for people who haven't seen it, but does it follow the same type of path? I will, of course, put my website below on even more TV content if you are interested. You can also go follow me on Twitter. I will be posting all posts and videos on there as well. But yeah, thanks again for watching and going on this little journey with this show with me. I do want to let you know, I do not have a schedule, post on a regular schedule. I just try to watch TV shows, review them, edit it, upload. So if you do want to know when I do upload, you can hit the subscribe button. You can hit bell if you want to get notified. Up to you. But just letting you know, I don't have a schedule. I just upload when I feel like it, upload when I can, and that's a way you can know when everything's uploaded. But yeah, thanks, and until next time, bye.